I'm not sure how many of you are aware, gaming is actually the largest use case in blockchain. In fact, most of the wallets today are dedicated to gaming and not anything else, not DeFi. Of course, DeFi has the higher value, but in terms of pure volumes, it's gaming that's really outperforming everything. And I think this year and the next year, when the bull run happens, gaming is going to be one of those places where you'll find those really big 100x kind of cryptos really coming out. And we'll talk about a very popular crypto today, which is the Enjin coin, right? We'll try and analyze Enjin today. We'll look at what's great, what's good, what are the risks, and what should you really be doing at this point of time, right? And in the end, I'll also give you my score of each of these parameters that I typically analyze, just for your reference point. Let's start with this, right? What's great? The first one is Enjin is solving an interesting problem. In gaming, there are certain problems, right? And I sort of realized this when my brother was gifted a skin by his friends, and I was wondering, what is this like? And it turns out that it's a skin in one of his games that they play, and these are high value. People are spending billions of dollars every year on this. I think last year more than $50 billion was spent in in-game purchases. That's insane, right? People are buying things in the game. It could be skins, it could be avatars, it could be hats, it could be other in-game items, whatever it is. And in that whole process, right, there are a number of things that are happening, like payments fraud. There is the fact that your whole in-game item that you purchase sort of localized and logged into a certain game, right? What about ownership, right? Who owned this before you? Rarity. How often can you find a certain thing, right? Let's say you're selling a hat that was found in a game. How many of those exist? There are no open standards, right? These are expensive and time consuming to manage all this for a game developer. These are the real challenges that Enjin is really solving, and it is honestly very big problem. And I think if you're not a gamer, you probably don't know the problems. Now, the second thing is that Enjin is an old company. I was in fact shocked to know it's quite old. It's founded in 2009, right? That's literally when the Bitcoin white paper came out. It's that old. More than 1.2 billion dollars in assets are created. More than 12.4 million Enjin is locked in assets. So it's a pretty old company. It's been existing for so long. So that gives me a lot of confidence that they have been up to something, right? Of course, the coin was not their major product. Now, this is where this really hit it off with me, right? Because it said this whole line, right? This is where I could really relate to what my brother was saying. Right? Imagine taking your favorite skin from Valorant and using it in Fortnite and not paying extra because you own it, then using it in COD. Can be that marketplace. Enjin can be that platform that is creating these interoperable game items in the form of NFTs that you can just shuffle around and start using it. The next thing is that Enjin has a good experience in technology, so that's something that impressed me. There are more than 1 million wallet downloads on Play Store. So Enjin has a wallet on which you can store your NFTs, you can purchase, sale, and so on and so forth. It's available on the App Store and Play Store. On the Google Play Store, it has more than 1 million downloads, 3.9 rating. Yes, it'll improve over time. That's okay. That's decent. So these are the great things I would say about Enjin. Now, what is good? Well, the first one is the marketplace marketplace numbers look attractive. In Enjin coins spent on digital assets, 1.2 billion blockchain assets to be discovered and explored, as that's what they're listing. 3.2 million digital items are traded via the marketplace. That's great. Right? These are great numbers, absolutely fantastic numbers. This is what the marketplace sort of looks like. You can look at all the NFTs that are listed. You can click on any of them and you'll see who owned it, what is the price, what was it sold for earlier, and so on and so forth. The next thing is there's no dilution risk. If I were to go to their tokenomics, now Enjin is the coin, right? This is the gold standard of digital assets, as they're calling it. Enjin is essentially used as a to a way to lock in Enjin. You take Enjin, you lock it in, and you create an NFT, right? So every time an NFT is created, a certain amount of Enjin is sort of pulled out of the system. Right now, the Enjin coin is, as of now, about 100%. Yeah, here it is. Its circulating supply is about 100%. Right, total supply is 1 billion Enjin coins, and circulating supply is 100%. So that means you have no dilution risk. Everything is already in circulation. Concentration of holders is low. Right? Now, this is something I found very, very interesting. If you go to the holders, you'll see that even the largest one is less than 1%. Right? That's insanely good. Let me just refresh that page to get that data again. So that's something that I felt was good. Activity is pretty high, right? In fact, right here on that page, I'll just wait for it to load. If you look at transactions, they give you this section there where they're showing you transactions. You'll see that almost every couple of minutes there's a transaction happening. Right now, yeah, let's look at this holders. The lowest is about 0.0. The highest is about 0.0784%. That's extremely low in terms of concentration. Everybody else is around that. So you'll see that it's pretty low. Everybody is like sub 1%. Then transfers, you will see this is where the activity, right? You can really see the activity happening. 7 minutes ago there was a transfer of Enjin. 11 minutes ago there was something. 14 minutes ago. In the last 1 hour itself, I can see maybe 30 transactions here or 20 transactions here. So activity wise, you can see that there is a good amount of activity happening. What are the risks, right? First one is there's a demand split between Enjin and Efinity. So these are two tokens, right? Enjin is not the only token. There is another token called Efinity, right? Efinity is like what you use to pay for gas and so on. This is what is used for liquidity, for governance and stuff like that. I feel there is a big gap if they're trying to do this. If you have two tokens, there will be a demand split between Enjin and Efinity, and that's not really great. Why would you want to do that, right? I'm not happy with that. The next thing is their ecosystem. If you look at their projects, right, these are the projects. Of course, some big names. You'll see Microsoft and so on. You'll see some big names here definitely, but all in all, there were just 30 projects that I could count, and that's not great for a project that was launched more than 5 years ago, right? This is where I have a big problem. The roadmap updates are not very detailed. Of course, they give you a bi-weekly roadmap update. It's there. Product roadmap as well as the tech roadmap, both of them are there in their blog bi-weekly, but the amount of information is very low, and it's only backward looking or maybe the next few weeks. It is not what they're going to do for the next year or more than that. Where I'd like to really see a roadmap is for the next year and not really for the next 3 months. So that's where I think there's a bit of a problem with their roadmap, but beyond that, it's okay. Right. Let me tabulate the score and show it to you. Well, team wise, I think I would give it a 1. Utility wise, I would give it a 1. Tokenomics is definitely a 1. Activity might be a 1. I think you could say roadmap and stakeholders like a 0.5. I put 1 and 0 here, but consider 0.5. Overall, maybe this is a 5 on 6. Right, that's what Enjin looks like to me as of now. It's a 5 on 6. What should you do? Well, first one is you should do your own research. Maybe this can be part of your high growth bucket that I keep talking about in your ideal portfolio. Do comment below on what you think about this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that. If you like this video, tell your friends about it, like it, and welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. We will talk about more such amazing cryptos.